Alright, next we're going to look at adding borders and shading and inserting a text box. We can add borders to the entire page, which we're going to do, or also to certain paragraphs. You can also do shading, which is just color behind the text. And then also we're going to look at inserting text boxes that will let you put in text without being part of the paragraphs of the document. So we're going to start off by, we've still got this Insula summary open. We're going to start off by selecting the first two lines, the title and the subtitle of the document. We're just going to highlight those. And we're going to put a text box around those, and then we're going to do some orange accent 6 color. So to begin with, we're going to go up to the Home tab, and on the Borders button, we're going to click the drop down arrow, and we're going to do an outside border to make it like a text, like a box around it. Click on that. And now we're going to fill the background of this with some shading of the orange accent 6 lighter 80%, which is step 5 on page 192. So for that, we're going to do the drop down of the shading, and that particular orange is this one right here. We're going to click that. Now you'll see we've got a box that helps kind of break up the title and subtitle from the rest of the document, as well as some shading. Now on step 6 on page 192, we're going to go ahead and make a page border on the page. So to do that, we're just going to click in anywhere in the document, and we're going to go to the Design tab. And next we're going to go to the Page Border button over here in the Page Background group. Page Background group. Page Border. We're going to select the the shadow border. And then we're going to adjust the width to 1.5 points. Right here we got a half point, so we're going to go to 1.5 points. You'll see that's going to put this shadow looking border around the page. We're going to click OK. And now you'll see we've got that shadow border just like we expected. That's all there is to adding a border. Next we're going to look at adding a text box. When there's text or a quote inside a text box, it's called a pull quote. This is page 193 of your book. So we're going to do this by adding, putting our insertion point at the end of the document, and pushing enter. And we're going to go to insert because we want to insert a text box. So now we're going to go to text box. We're going to click on that, and we're going to go to a WISP quote, which is step 14. A WISP quote. It's the second to the last. You'll see it just threw it into the document. And we're going to go ahead and replace this text that it has there with the step 15. Some people with damage to the insula were able to quit smoking instantly. And now we want to get rid of this cite your source because it's not really a source that we have here. We're just going to select that. We're going to right click on it and click remove content controller. Step 17 wants us to move it toward the bottom of the page as shown in the picture. So we're just going to get up here to where we get our crosshair. We're just going to drag that down. You can see it adjusts as it goes. And we're going to put it where we get with the bottom, with the footer, and we're going to center it. See, we have our alignment bars. I'll let go of that. Now it wants us to resize it so that the text fits the box a little bit better, so we're just going to make it a little bit shorter to where it's about right there. We'll go ahead and readjust it back down to where we get right in the center and at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and save it. Clicking save on the quick access toolbar. And that's all there is to adding borders to the page, as well as we added a border to some text and put some shading in there. And we also added text box as a pull quote and resized and removed some content controllers.